Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for coming today. My name is Isabella Pena, and I'm here to talk to you about outer vest carriers. Imagine you are a police officer. Imagine you're sitting in a cramped car for 12 hours plus. Imagine you have 30 plus pounds of gear on your waist. This includes, your gun, your taser, your baton, the pepper spray, and everything else. All that gear is on your hips, your waist, and your lower back. You have the baton stabbing you in the side. You have a radio digging into your other side. Now imagine this for 20, 25, 30 plus years, because that's how long it's going to take before you can retire and take all this gear off. After years of wear, many officers experience severe pain, all because of the duty belt. Musculoskeletal disorders are considered a major issue affecting the health and well-being of active police officers. Discomfort from wearing a duty belt and sitting for long periods of time in fleet vehicles are workload factors linked to musculoskeletal disorders in police officers. There was actually a study done a couple of years ago with about 41,000 different officers. These officers were asked questions about their physical work environment, the mandatory equipment, and the musculoskeletal pain that they experienced. Through this research, they found out that there is a significant association between discomfort of wearing mandatory equipment and musculoskeletal pain. So the research is out there. It's out there, and we just have to listen to it. There was actually another study too that showed that roughly 86% of officers suffer, for example, from lower back pain, caused in the estimation of 61% of those who felt pain just by their duty belt. The vast majority of injuries that officers sustain are lower back, hip, knee, and ankle pain. These are all directly attributed just to the duty belt. So the vest is worn under the shirt. This traps excess heat around the torso in warm weather, and it's uncomfortable because of the constant compression. These are just some of the reasons that it is imperative that we switch from the duty belt to an outer belt carrier. More and more agencies are transitioning to the outer vest because they see the benefits. They see how much comfortable it is, how much more comfortable. They see how much better the police officer feels. So why exactly are outer vests better than the duty belt? So to begin, an outer vest is worn over the shoulders. It's got straps. It's an overlay. It's placed like a shell. Think of it as an armored vest. It's got straps. You can tie it. You can make it looser. You can make it tighter if you want, longer, shorter, however you want. So the first reason that an outer vest is better than a duty belt, for one, it's comfort. It takes the load off the hips and off of the lower back. Think of it as wearing a book bag instead of a fanny pack. Would you be more comfortable wearing 30 pounds as a book bag or as a fanny pack pushing against your waist? Secondly, the outer vest carrier, the weight is distributed evenly. You don't have more weight in the front or in the back that makes you lean forward. As a duty belt, you have all that weight just sitting on your waist. And you see a lot of police officers who are all hunched over because all this weight is pushing them forward. Now with the outer vest carrier, the straps are cinched tightly, so the weight is even between the back and the front. Also, it is worn on the outside, so it's easier to adjust. So like I said earlier, you can make it tighter, you can make it longer, you can make it shorter, you can make it however you want to make you comfortable. Also, on hot summer days, there's nothing better, me speaking from personal experience, there is nothing better than being able to go to the police station and just be able to take it off. On a hot summer, we know North Carolina, we know how hot it gets in these summers. So being able to go to a police station and just take it all off, to be able to get some air, or you can also put it back on in just a few seconds if a priority call goes out. All this is possible with the outer vest carrier. Second reason is safety. This is paramount. So imagine that there is a police officer who's been wounded. He's been wounded and you have to go get him. Now, would you rather go get an officer with his body weight alone or his body weight plus 40 pounds? With the outer vest carrier, you can take it off and you can carry him out of the danger zone. The vest can also be used to drag him out of harm's way. It's also medical personnel are able to take the straps off and treat any of his injuries much easier than as if he would have had a duty belt. So, to wrap it up, outer vests are highly effective. They're low maintenance. They also have extra pockets so an officer can put internal ballistic protection if they wanted to. And before we end, I do want to read a couple of testimonials from officers who have used the outer vest carrier. That's good news for Corey Reeves, who said that after 5 years as an officer with the ECPD, he's already experiencing hip and lower back pain from long hours of sitting in his squad car, walking his beat or apprehending suspects, all while carrying the heavy gear around his waist. As soon as I put the vest on, I noticed the difference, said Reeves. I wore the duty belt the first 3 months and noticed an immediate difference when I put the vest for the last 3 months. It's a lot more comfortable. It was easier to spend long hours on the job when I was wearing the vest. And one more example, Officer Brianna Montgomery said the vest allows her to sit up straight in her squad car, something that is impossible with a fully equipped belt. Since she spends many hours in her vehicle completing paperwork and other tasks, the awkward sitting position puts a strain on her back. The advantages and options provided by an outer vest carrier are simply too great to be ignored. As technology evolves, outer vest carriers become more advanced and offer even more protection. So why would we not give our officers the best equipment and the best technology out there? Thank you.